Habibis, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate you and I missed you. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I will be responding to your messages as this is uploading. So we're just gonna hop right into it. There is a new release by Ellis, Brooklyn, and it is called Florist, and I'm very excited for this one. Not only can we just talk about this really cute pink color, I mean, that was one of the things that visually brought my eye to it, but also I enjoy that Ellis Brooklyn. It is very unique. Their scents are sometimes can be a little challenging in the beginning. One of their favorite scents from them at the moment for me is Bee. It can be a little bit challenging in the beginning because of the Davana, but the way that it dries down on my skin is just absolutely stunning. And I just recently tried, I think it's called Sunfruit. I got it in the package with this, and I just want to wear that and smell like that all summer. But for this spring, this is what I want to smell like. So we're just going to hop right into it, a quick little review. So I'm going to read you the notes. And also the perfumer who worked with Ellis Brooklyn on this is Frank Voigtke. And the notes in here are top notes of pear, bergamot, lemon, lily of the valley, middle notes of gardenia, tuberose, jasmine sambac, honeysuckle, and base notes of ambroxan, Virginia cedar, and Australian sandalwood. I really enjoy this and I'm excited to be wearing this for the spring. Okay, so I also wrote down some notes of what it smells like. Oof, it's so good. Okay, so straight up on the opening, it is white floral heavy. It is literally like a bouquet of fresh flowers, but specifically fresh cut flowers, because there is this green vein running through it on the opening to kind of balance the headiness of the white florals. And I think it might be from the lily of the valley, giving it that green vein kind of running throughout that kind of does strengthen throughout the wear of this perfume. And I wrote down notes here because I obviously don't want to stay here for 30 minutes. So as the opening starts to calm down, I would recommend, if you're not into white florals, and I thought I wasn't, until I just smelled one that was really good prior. I'll compare this quickly to that at the end. But if you get the white floral that's balanced right, you're going to enjoy this. So for this, don't judge it in the first couple of minutes. I mean, to me, it's beautiful, but if you're not into white florals, give it a few minutes because then it does start to shift a little bit. And after a few minutes, the white florals tend to recede just a little bit, and then that citrus notes start to come forward, and then it becomes citrus forward and the white florals go in the back. Oh my goodness. So I really enjoy the layers that start to come out with this. So you really start to get that, I believe the bergamot I said, and it was lemon as well. Yeah, the bergamot. So that starts to come forward and it just blends really, really well with that creamy white floral. And then as we go down to the third layer, right, it starts to get creamier. At least on my skin, I can only tell you what is happening. Yeah, it starts to become more, I think, lactonic, creamy, almost buttery. And here's the part where it really shines within, I think, 8 to 10 minutes, at least on my skin, where that juicy pear, and that white florals take it to another level for me, really. So it just becomes almost like pear, the citrus just starts to go in the back. It becomes this transition point of like pear and creamy tuberose and gardenia. And I know it sounds so weird and almost probably alarming because I'm saying gardenia, and to me, I was scared of that note forever. But let me tell you something, when it is done right, balanced with fruits, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And as you pass that creamy note, the creamy white florals, and then the pear, oh, I already started smelling the citrus coming out. So as we start to transition from that, then the ambers that in there, the ambroxan, you start to smell the amber, really giving it that depth and that sexiness, and a little bit of that sandalwood. It starts to peek through, it starts to show, you know? So you're starting to get with that pear, you're starting to get the ambers with the pear and the sandalwood and the creamy white florals. I'm starting to see all of this start slowly coming out of my skin. Not the amber yet, but I'm starting to smell the citrus and the pear starting to peek through. And then on the dry down, I guess maybe like 15 to 20 minutes into it, you still have that creamy white floral, that lactonic creamy white florals on your skin. And then the greenness really starts to shine. Again, not overwhelming, but the greenness starts to come through. And I'm thinking it's the lily of the valley that's giving it that green element to it. So it's just kind of balancing all of it. And I have to say, it is absolutely lovely. And currently it is not in Sephora. So I would recommend to get it off of the actual website, or you can buy it off of Credo Beauty. I think Sephora may or may not have it in store at some point. So if you are able to get it in Sephora to try it on your skin, I would highly recommend it. And do not judge it off the bat. If you're not into white florals, try not to judge it off the bat and just like walk around with it for 5-10 minutes, because it is a photorealistic floral scent in the beginning, but then it starts to change and that pear starts to come out, and it's so good. It is so good. I'm so excited to wear this, and I'm already starting to smell the pear and the creamy white florals. So, quick thing I just want to throw in here, please do not judge this. This scent profile reminds me of something so much, okay? Hold the judgment here, okay? I mentioned this when I first started my channel, when it was like spring/summer, and I was wearing this heavy in rotation. Yes, I just brought into screen a celebrity perfume, and this piece of art reminds me of this. So this is Britney Spears Cosmic Radiance. In my opinion, a highly, highly bloody, underrated perfume, Habibis. Listen to me. Don't judge this by it being a celebrity perfume, okay? If it smells good. But you may not know this. The noses that worked on this, prepare your hearts, that worked on this was Honorine Blanc and Harry Fremont. I'm going to repeat that again. Britney Spears Cosmic Radiance, the noses that worked on the celebrity fragrance that is so underrated, it blows my mind, is Harry Fremont and Honorine Blanc. And Honorine Blanc was the only reason that I bought them. I mean, I love Harry Fremont, but it was the selling point for me when I was doing research on her. And there is something about this that reminds me of this. Again, they are not completely alike, but there is this DNA of that creamy white floral with the pear and fruit. Oh my God. They dry down similar but different, okay? So Britney Spears Cosmic Radiance, it is discontinued, but if you are into this kind of scent, get your hands on this while you still can. You can get it on eBay, I believe. Okay, so please don't judge this. So when you first spray this, it is exactly what you would think a celebrity scent would smell like. Very synthetic-y, very sharp. Thinking, are you serious? Okay, but as you let that pass on by, okay, you just give it a chance. And a couple of minutes, I already know what this smells like, because I don't know if you can see, but my bottle is halfway done. Like, I really wore this a lot in the spring last year and the summer. And I want to finish this bottle off this year. Okay, so as we pass through that phase, we start to get, you get the sharpness, the synthetic-ness, and as that goes away, you get the fruitiness, you get the lychee in there. You get the pear. And then as you start to go past a few more minutes, then that's where we kind of come into that parallel point of that middle kind of transition, where you get that smooth, creamy, white floral with the pear wrapped around it. And that is that middle transition point that reminds me so much of Frank Vogel's little gem over here with Henri Blanc's and Harry Fremont's. That is the point here. But on the dry down, they are different. This comes into more of a creamy white floral with tropical sweet kind of dry down, whereas this dry down is creamy white floral, but you get more of a green edge to it. So this dries down more sweet, this dries down more ambery, and definitely has a green element to it. But when I smell this on the dry down, again, not unlike this, definitely leans more on the sweet, tropical, fruity, but that creamy white pear transition point in the middle, they're just, oh my goodness. If you end up loving this, I would recommend you get your nose on that. Or if you can't afford this, I would recommend this to get it while you still can on eBay, because it is discontinued, but I would recommend it though. But that aside, I couldn't help but share that, because when I was smelling it and I smelled this on my hand, I'm like, God, what does this remind me of? And I went nuts and I'm looking through my collection and I realized the transition point reminds me of Cosmic Radiance by Britney Spears. Like, do not sleep on this little gem here. Again, don't judge it in the first 2 minutes. But anyway, highly recommend this. Ellis Brooklyn Florist. This is a really beautiful little gem for the spring. I'm definitely going to be wearing, oopsie, I definitely will be wearing this a lot this spring. So again, just kind of give it a few minutes to warm up on your skin. Don't get scared when you smell fresh cut florals. Let the fruits start to come out. Let the lily of the valley start to come out in the amber, and it changes the whole composition of it. It makes it more complex and so enjoyable. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you end up trying it, or if you love white florals, or if you've ever tried Cosmic Radiance by Britney Spears and what your thoughts are. And in general, just let me know how you're feeling. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with me here, my friends. And just a gentle reminder, the sweetest fragrance we will ever wear is not these perfumes, but our behavior. And another gentle reminder to please find somebody to thank today, even if it's for something small. And more importantly, take a moment to thank God, because if you're here watching this video, that means we made it into yet another day. And even with our trials and tribulations, God is great. Thank you, my friend. Bye.